Sunrise Daily, we're focusing on security now, but in a different manner. Well, Dr. Abiodun Osiyemi joins us now. He's a forensic scientist, President, Association of Forensic and Expert Witnesses. Thank you for coming this morning.
Thank you and good morning.
Well, the forensic aspect of security has been something that we have focused on. A lot of Nigerians have got questions, several questions. Many didn't even know that, first and foremost, you've got an Association of Forensic and Expert Witnesses. What have you been doing all this while?
Well, first I must thank the management of Channels. You guys are a pride to the nation, and I'm happy to be here. And good morning, Nigerians. Well, forensic science has been around for a while, but I've worked in the forensics for a while now, and the Association of Forensics Experts Witness is pretty new. Before this, I had been running my own laboratory, the Forensic Science Laboratory, and I've been the CEO of Forensic Science Consultants and President of the Forensic Science Academy. Two issues are this. Forensic science as a body of knowledge is very difficult. You must be extremely intelligent and have a very inquisitive mind. So it's not something you have. There is a dearth in Nigeria. There is no university that teaches forensic science even after about 56 years of independence. So you can imagine that first, we don't have an institution. We don't have people who have the capacity to study it, because it's pure science, it's rigorous. However, we have people who do fingerprints, we have people who do document examination. So you have some aspects of forensics that has been done forever, but that isn't the complete body of knowledge of forensic science. So,
but you know that even those ones that we do are still trying to get certain things right, the biometrics, and we're still struggling with those ones.
Okay, yes. For example, if you look at those pictures, and if they can beam any of them, what I'm trying to say is the kind of forensic science that we've now been doing, and that I have been doing, and I've been training law enforcement agents over the past 3 years now, is the type you really see on the TV. Forensic science where a fingerprint on this table, for example, with my fingerprint here now, if I leave this studio and you invited me in the next 30 minutes, I will put some spray here, I'll lift my fingerprint, and I can put it in any of the databases, maybe the MTN, the Airtel, or even the national ID, whatever, and you will see that this matches with that. So what I've been training and what we have the capacity to do is what you see on the CSI. My background, as you may know, is I trained in forensic science in Staffordshire University in United Kingdom, along with the members of the Met Police who trained us. I also trained in Cambridge University in DNA forensic analysis. So the thing Lagos State is coming up with, I studied it in Cambridge University and also studied forensic sciences in Staffordshire University. So the only thing I have in my head is how they do it in the advanced world. I'm conversant with what's happening in Brussels and Paris. I'm also a cybercrime investigator and a document examiner. So
how are we adapting that knowledge to our own environment? Do you think we're a little peculiar?
Oh, all right. First, how am I adapting it? So the Association of Forensic Science and Expert Witness is the platform for all the bodies of knowledge in forensic science. First, let's say, what is forensic science? Forensic science is application of science to the law courts. Therefore, you will use science for the law courts to be able to make decisions, so physical evidence as against testimonial evidence, oral. So we've been using a lot of oral evidences. Sometimes they don't help. So forensic science helps in that manner to complement. And beyond that, you now need certain skills. So I have been helping now by lawyers engaging us to, for example, determine the authenticity of documents. Secondly, look at all of us now. If somebody comes in here now and says, I am the father to Suleiman, he has a point, but I can also prove using DNA analysis to agree or discredit his statement. Otherwise, there would have been no basis. So the DNA, for example, can discriminate because it will show you have inheritance from parents on. I have trained over 30%.
No, what I mean is, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Talking about adapting the knowledge here, you know, you talked about DNA evidence, you also talked about examining documents. You say that this body of knowledge has already been present here, but it's not all of it. Now, considering that you're bringing a more holistic approach, as it were, to what forensic science is, and it's definitely all-encompassing, how do you think that that body of knowledge can be adapted to our own situation?
Three simple ways. Three simple ways. I didn't lose sight of your question, but three simple ways. One, partnership, the role of media, and then to say that this exists. So, one, you need to make awareness, education, and so. Second, you need to also bridge the gap. The judiciary is there, and the law enforcement agents are there. You need to first let them know that you're there. For example, in our own situation, people are aware that I exist. I've been building some capacities, but the three ways will be: one, the universities, the association wants to bridge this gap and make sure we are here. We're offering the entire students in the Nigerian tertiary institutions free student membership. In other words, from day one in their universities, they become student members and they don't pay a dime. So they will have access to forensic knowledge and newsletters, and they can then decide to take certification courses. They can then decide. In other words, by the time they graduate, they have competencies and some skills to either go further in forensics or to be applied, and this can create about 3 million jobs. That's number one. Yeah.
Let me bring in this perspective, because in terms of how we're adapting this, you say you've been training them for 3 years now.
Yes.
And many will remember there are so many unresolved murder cases in this country. Do we have forensic pathologists in the police?
Okay, so to adapt, part of the adapt, I said we render services to lawyers, right? But that's not really a fan. But now we have forensic pathologists. But let's now understand how forensic works. Forensic works where there is a crime, you will have a crime scene. So if any murder or anything occurs here now, we call it the scene of crime. Then you will have the law enforcement agents or the crime responders who know how to manage the scene. They go there. If there is anything to do with life, death, and co., the medical team also goes. So the crime scene investigators and responders are really the first group of people.
Are they the people you've been working with?
One moment. The people I've been working with includes mainly the lawyers in the areas of question document examination, mainly the private organizations in the areas of cybercrime. So remember, you have about 16 aspects: documents, cybercrime, fingerprints, then murders. Now, the murders come in forensic pathology, where you have people who have died. And after processing the scene, the forensic pathologist's duty is to ensure that you use forensic skills in identifying the cause of death, when, how, what, and how. Do you understand?
I get that point, but what I'm asking is...
But in my adapting, I said, one, we've been working with lawyers,